In our last video, we went over the while loop. We can make a block execute multiple times. It'll execute as long as the condition in this statement is true. Otherwise, it'll fail out, and we'll just go to line 10. However, let's talk about the strength of a while loop. Not only can it iterate for a certain set number of times, like what we have here, where we're always incrementing by 1, we know this is going to increment 10 times no matter what. Because we have the power to change the value of $x while inside this while loop, we can change how many times it iterates. That gives us a lot of flexibility. While loops are powerful for when you don't know how many times you need to loop through the same block of code, like if you're asking a user for their login credentials. If they fail, you're going to want to prompt them again and again until they get it right. So let's make just a quick example. Let's say that we want our while loop to iterate by 1 while x is less than 5. So we could say if x is less than 5. Okay, x is our iterator, the same variable. We're going to say x is equal to x plus 1. So while that condition is true, it'll iterate by 1. But we have to set iterate somewhere else. So either we can use an else statement or down in this block here. Because if we didn't, we would hit a while loop after x is greater than 5 because we'd never incremented somewhere else. So let's go ahead and use an else statement. If x is greater than 5, let's iterate x by 2. So x equals its current value plus 2. And just so we can see our results, let's go ahead and do an echo of x and a break. So it's formatted kind of similar to this. Easy to read. Right, before we run this, let's look at it one more time. X is 0, start out. While x is less than 10, we're going to iterate through the body of this while loop, and then come back up to evaluate. So in this body, we check to see whether x is less than 5. If so, we're going to set x to equal x plus 1. The else won't be executed, and we're going to echo its value. Then we'll jump back up over and over and over. But when this if statement fails, we'll jump to the else body, where we're going to increment x by 2. So we can change how many times loop iterates within the body. Observe. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has been true every time. Then we get 7. We skip 6, 9, and 11. Because we started executing the else body. If this seems a little strange to you, that's okay. You'll get used to it. While loops are great in these situations where you want to manipulate how many times a loop may happen. We'll talk about other loops here in the next few videos and what they're good for too.